I'm living in Oregon on a 22-acre farm, which I am improving and maintaining. We have sheep, we have raised some pigs in the summer, we have a couple of cows and a horse that are pets, and a couple of pot-bellied pigs running around just for fun. I restore paintings. I've been doing it for a little over 50 years, and what I do is I take paintings that have holes in them or been damaged and so on and fix them. I consider myself lucky when you really stop at it. I got a bladder infection. Well, you know, that's something that you don't get very often, and I think this was the only second time in my life I'd ever gotten one. And so, of course, I went to the urologist, and then he found I had an enlarged prostate at the time. So then I went through the biopsy and so on, and he said I had a very active, very fast-growing cancer.
So we called from New York and got the results of the biopsy, and yes, it was cancer. And so he gave us a very short time to make up our mind. Of course, this was in 1996, March of 96. He decided to go for the surgery because at that time, the radiation implants weren't a viable alternative. You know, we looked and looked and looked, and that was what I did. I got online and I read about the disease, what it meant, and what his options were.
My urologist gave me a week to make a decision as to what I was going to do. Well, we did what checking we could on his qualifications, and we came up with he was quite qualified to do an operation and so on, so I had an operation. Hopefully thinking that cured the situation. Well, it didn't. So now my PSA started to come back. Well, any PSA after that operation isn't a good thing. I was not going to take chemo because I felt that was one of the last things. And so I've had, I guess half a dozen different medications which were hormone-based. I've had the radiation, which of course caused problems. I'm not sure that I should have had it. I don't know that it did anything. I don't know that it didn't. So, you know, you go through each one of these treatments and you never get the full story of what can happen or what might happen. Chris had done research, and I went to see my urologist, and he said, "I've got something new for you." And Chris says, "Yeah, we wanted to know about Provenge."
Now he qualified for this new treatment because his PSA was rising on hormone therapy, and that was part of the qualifications for the Provenge treatment.
And so he set it up for me with a doctor in Salem, and we jumped right into it.